Today we're going to make sweet potato fries, but we're going to do them in the oven. And in particular, we're going to do them in an oven with an air fryer setting. So we'll get that circulation and we can use a lot less oil, but still get that really nice, satisfying sweet potato fry texture. We're just going to take the sweet potato, cut it in half, and peel. I'm going to peel part of it and leave some with the peel on, just so we can see how both methods work. And we're just going to cut it into strips, not super thin, because you don't want them to cook too quickly. And yeah, when these get baked, they have that nice, almost creamy interior, and then that caramelization on the outside, and hopefully a crunch. I mean, when you're not deep frying, it can be hard to get a crunch on a potato or a sweet potato, but we're gonna try. And with the air frying, you don't really need to use very much oil. I'm gonna put these in a bowl and just add a little bit of olive oil, like really just about a teaspoon is all you need. And I think it's easiest to just use your hands to coat these, because that way they all get evenly coated with the oil. Now, if you're doing regular like white potato fries, you might want to soak them first in water. That removes some of the starches and just allows them to get a little crispier. I don't think it makes as much of a difference when you're doing sweet potatoes. And you can do this ahead of time, because once you put that oil on there, it really keeps them from oxidizing, and you know, they can sit there until you're ready to cook them, because you really want these when they're really fresh, hot out of the oven. All right, so now we're gonna season them. One of the things I really like to do with sweet potatoes is bring out the savory aspect of them. I'm not really into the sweetness of the sweet potato. I don't really like to highlight that with maple or anything like that. I really want to emphasize the savory. I want to make them into something more like a chip or a fry or something. And then we're just going to toss that so that the spices are all over it. And then, very important, salt. So I add some before I cook them, and then I also add just a teeny bit at the end when they come out, when they're still nice and hot. All right, so that's it for the prep. Really key to, even if you're just oven roasting potatoes, you do not want to overcrowd these. You want to make sure there's plenty of space around each potato so that they're not, if they're too close together, they'll steam, because they're going to be releasing moisture, and you do not want them to steam. You want them to roast and caramelize on the outside and hopefully get that crunch. All right, so now these are ready to go into the oven. For the air fryer, it's basically an oven that is a super convection oven. And convection is where you have the fan that's like circulating air in there. So we'll just pop these in there. I've got it set at 400. I don't think that they really need to be rotated or turned around or anything, because they're in a basket. So we've got them in there, and we'll set a timer for 5 minutes and come check them in a minute. I love to dip these in a yogurt dip that's a little bit spicy, again playing up on the savory aspects. I'm going to add some cumin, cayenne, kind of like what we did to the fries themselves, and some salt. You could use a Greek yogurt, which I recommend. I think it's going to be a little bit nicer texture. This is not a Greek yogurt. This is a homemade yogurt, so got a little different texture to it, but it tastes great. It's got a really nice tang to it. I also really like sweet potato with something tangy. And with this, you don't need to add any lemon or anything like that. The yogurt is plenty acidic. And it's just going to be a really nice contrast of flavors with the sweet of the sweet potato. So our sweet potato fries are out. Spicy. The fries themselves are really coated in the spice. I will say, I'm not getting the crunch, but they're delicious. They have that really nice creamy interior, the caramelized exterior with all that spice coating. It's really nice. With that cool spicy dip, it really works. You can find us at eartheats.org for a weekly podcast and plenty more recipes. Thanks for watching.